Hi friends, welcome back to a new weekly reading vlog for Netgalley November. So this week I will primarily be focusing on Christmas books, which will be kind of fun. But I do have one other one that technically doesn't come out till January, but I am going to sneak it in this week because I'm doing it as a buddy read with one of my good friends. So that one is Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I'm buddy reading this with Melissa over at Melissa C. I believe her channel is Melissa Reads. She is publishing her debut YA next year, and Rachel Lynn Solomon is an author we both really enjoy, so I'm very excited to buddy read this with her. This is the sequel to The X Talk, and I'm really excited about this coupling, so very much looking forward to that. But I thought I'd go ahead and intro this vlog. It will be mostly Christmas reads because I have a lot of those. Okay, so I did read the first 20% of Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon, and I am in love with this book so far. I feel like Rachel Lynn Solomon has improved upon even what happened in the X Talk, and I'm really loving our couple. They are both, the peons to these two people who used to be married, and it's feeling very much like, what's that Netflix movie where they set up their bosses to get back together? That seems to kind of be the route this one is taking. But the charm, and Melissa put it really well, it's like a bouncy, writing style. It makes it really easy to read, really easy to consume. It's funny, it's witty, it's charming. It's a sports guy and the weather girl in a romance. They're having chemistry all over the place, and I'm loving it. And then it's their bosses that they're going to try to get together. And it's so well written. It's so good so far. I am a huge fan. Expect to hear me gush about this book more this week, because we're doing 20% a day. So you'll see me read the whole thing. I should have it finished by Friday, if not sooner. I might finish it all Thursday morning. We'll see. But yes, from there, I think I want to pick up one of the Christmas books. Hey friends, so real quick before I take off to head to work, I have the night shift again, but I was able to blitz through Holiday Ever After. As you can see, it's very tiny, and this was really sweet and really cute. The audio was fantastic. Each of the 3 short stories have that great Jill Shalvis charm, and each one was really sweet. I don't feel like they were all the same. They all felt individual, and I really liked that. So if you like Jill Shalvis, or you like those Christmas Hallmark movies, then I would definitely recommend picking up this collection. I'm giving it a solid 4. I think my favorite was Holiday Wishes, if I had to choose a favorite, but I really enjoyed all 3. So I do recommend the collection wholeheartedly. I am now going to head to work, and I will chat with you guys soon. I'm going to probably start my next Christmas read, which is The Christmas Village by Annie Raines, at work. So, this happened. I DNF'd it. I'm giving it 2 stars for the art. And I hate the story. It is not a story for me. I thought I was going to enjoy it, but I definitely did not. So, cannot recommend. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. So, as you can kind of see out the window here, it's a much more overcast fall day, which I like. But today is also my day off, which I'm grateful for, because last night was a little bit rough. There was a point where some breaks got mixed up, and I ended up being the only bookseller on the floor, which was hard on me because I felt like I was getting pulled too many directions. But that happens on occasion, and that was the first time it had happened to me. And yes, so that was all. After that, I was okay. And I was in my normal section last night, so I didn't get super overwhelmed. I know my next shift I'm going to be in the zone where I am most intimidated, which is the nonfiction zone. It also covers all the puzzles and the puzzles and games and stuff that are in the back of our store, and then our music section. So it's just a very big section, and it's intimidating. So I know I can handle it. I just know it's gonna be interesting. With that said, good morning. It's Tuesday. I did finish Stormglass last night, which again was enjoyable. I feel like what is going on with Opal, if I remember right, she falls in love with her abuser, which I think is why I don't love this trilogy as much and why most people don't talk about this trilogy very much. So I have started Sea Glass, which is the second book in her trilogy. So I'll know more after this book. But if I remember right, she falls in love with her abuser. And I have all sorts of feelings about that. So it's going to be interesting because there's another love interest that I like. Is good for her, empowers her, gives her the space to do what she needs to do, trusts her implicitly. Like, it's good. But I don't remember if he does something bad. So I don't remember if I end up liking the abuser by the end. It's been so long since I've read the trilogy. So with that said, I'm going to keep going there. I'm actually going to go meet up with Maeve at Barnes. We're going to do some shopping. I saw some volumes last night that I need in my life, like volume 11 of freaking Girl from the Other Side, which I wanted to talk to you about my reading today. So I honestly think that today's just going to be a manga reading day. I'm going to read my chunk for Weather Girl just because I'm really enjoying that one. Because I'm buddy reading that with Melissa. But yeah, I think I'll do that, and then I'm just going to read manga today. I'm going to take a break from all the Netgalley books. After reading that super disappointing volume of manga last night, I feel like I need a break from all the arcs for a minute. So I think today's just going to be a manga day, and I'm good with that. I haven't read much this month. It's feeling kind of weird and off to me because I haven't read much this month. So I'm just going to kind of take today to catch up on a bunch of the ones that I've been super excited about. Okay, so clearly it's raining. But Maeve and I did some shopping. I got amazing things. I'm so excited. So, first things first. Oh my heck, it's in my hands. Oh my heck, it's in my hands. As soon as I get home, I'm reading this sucker. This was sealed when I bought it, but I had to see what the deal was. So this is Sayonara Game. This is a BL. And 2 words. Full peen. Moving on. Then I got another BL that I've been sitting on for a while, and that's There Are Things I Can't Tell You. I've heard mixed things about this one, but people I trust have really enjoyed it, so I wanted to give it a try anyway. And then last but not least is one I've already read, and that is Beastars 15. And this volume was amazing. We've only got like 6 more volumes left of this after this volume, so like we're getting towards the end, and this was a really interesting volume that's setting the tone for the rest of the series, so I'm very, very excited. All right, so now I'm gonna go home, and we're gonna have a lazy, amazing reading day. It is over. It is done. It is complete. There will be another volume published with some side stories, but this is the end of the canon story of The Girl from the Other Side. And it ended differently than I expected, but I'm honestly okay with it. Considering how the story went and the information that was dropped in the end of volume 10, I appreciate the journey that volume 11 was. It wasn't as emotional of an ending as I expected it to be, if I'm honest, because I was so shocked by the end of 10. So this definitely has a very Nagabe kind of end. I will say, so if you've read other things by them, you can probably infer parts of what I'm referring to. But this is truly Nagabe's magnum opus. This is stunning. And this last volume was a trip. It was just a trip. I'm so glad I read the series. It will be a series that I talk about often, that lives rent-free in my head. I have been doing a more detailed review series with April Sarah on the That's Comical channel. I will leave that linked. So if you want detailed thoughts, 2 volumes at a time, including spoilers, you can check those out. The next episode will be volumes 7 and 8. So we've done the first 6 volumes in that series, and we'll continue to do that. But yes, solid ending. I'm good with it. Again, it ended differently than I expected, but I really appreciated this ending very, very much. I can't decide if it's a 4 or 5 yet. I need to sit with it a little bit longer before I decide. Okay, it's time for an update. It got very dark outside, so I do have my lamp on. So, first up, I'm just starting at the top of the stack and we'll work our way down. So, I have Sayonara Game. This is a BL that I picked up today. This is the full peen, no ghost peen, no bars, no black bar of death. This was the full deal. This was really sweet. This is about 2 guys who met in high school on the baseball team. They were 2 years apart in school. They got separated for a period of time, and they get reacquainted when the older Arimura hires Yosuke to tutor his younger sister to prep her to get into the college that she wants. And they get reacquainted. Yosuke has always had feelings for Arimura, and Arimura is naive to his feelings. He's never, really put much effort into dating women or anything. But yeah, anyways, their story is really sweet. The steamy scenes you get are wonderful, and I love them. And the way they come together is just very, very sweet. I really liked it and how it all came together between everybody. Because they both have a female potential love interest as well. So you see them and the way they handle it and appreciate the feelings of these women who express feelings for them. And it's lovely, and I really enjoyed it. So yes, another would recommend queer manga that I've read this year. This is one of my favorites I've read from Sublime in a while, so would recommend. Next up, we have Snow White with the Red Hair. In this one, we get a little bit of time with Shirayuki. We get a bit of a time skip. We see little Ryu get a growth spurt, and it's lovely. He's finally getting taller. I love it. And then we spend about half this volume following Zen and the gang, and that was really fun. And the plot is thickening in that side of the arena, so I'm really interested to see. Because with the cliffhanger at the end of this volume, I really want volume 17 like yesterday. So I need the next volume stat because I'm worried about some of my characters and I need to know they're going to be okay. That's where I'm at right now. And then I read Love Me, Love Me Not volume 11. This was a really solid and a great volume. It really set up the final volume very, very well. We only have 3 or 4 chapters left. So I'm really interested to see how Iosaki Saka is going to wrap things up in one volume. We just have one kind of final conflict we have to figure out. And so it's going to be interesting to see the choices there. But I'm very much looking forward to it. This has been a lovely series. Definitely my favorite Saki Saka. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get rid of my least favorite Sakisaka that I own and only keep like my favorite 2, because I have so much on my shelf. I wanted to truly indicate my taste in manga, not just because it's maybe a manga most popular work. I want my shelves to reflect me. So that's something I'm kicking around in my head. So look forward to it. And then last but definitely not least in the batch that I've read recently was Requiem of the Rose King Volume 14. This volume did exactly what I was expecting in a slightly twisted way. We don't really focus on the boys in the tower very much at all. I'm very much intrigued to see how that's going to play out moving forward. And yes, Volume 14 was still really, really good. Great plot progression, great cliffhanger. Very much looking forward to Volume 15. And yes. The color scheme on this volume is fantastic, though. Do have to love that. Hi, friends. I know I'm not looking my best. I am not feeling my best either. I was supposed to be doing my salon day today, but I woke up with a fever, so I called out and rescheduled my day. And I've just been taking it easy this morning. The fever did break, thankfully. It's not COVID. I think it's just a little bit of a cold that spiked for a minute. As the day's gone on, I've started to feel better. But I did get some reading done, so I wanted to update you guys real quick. I probably won't film much today just because I'm not feeling well. But I did read The King's Beast Volume 4 last night. Loved and adored it. It was fantastic. 10 out of 10 would recommend this series. And this volume definitely takes on a different tone. And we have another wedge between our Ajin and our Prince Tenyu. So really looking forward to how this one's going to continue to play out. Still love the series. Sorry, I'm just going to let my hair be down. I know it's messy, but that feels a little better than feeling almost scalped being tied back. I did also finish The Christmas Village by Annie Raines. This is a really sweet second chance romance between two people who were at one point engaged. Something happened, tore them apart, and now that she's moved back to town, her tenant, because she's renting a place, is her ex-fiance, because he's the only person interested. He is he did a really nice grovel. He's really trying to make things up to her and win her back. And it's just a really sweet second chance wrapped up in a Christmas story. I want this as a Hallmark movie. It was so cute and I absolutely adored it. But I love Annie Raines and her small town romances. So if you're not a small town romance person, obviously this isn't going to be for you, but I ended up really enjoying this one this year. Okay, update. So the other one I had, the next one on my list was Just for the Holidays by Adriana Herrera. And I forgot I'd mostly read this and I just hadn't gotten around to finishing it yet. So I did finish it. And it was so good. A solid second entry in this Zambrano Studios series. So Gail and Perla are in a second chance romance kind of thing. He broke her heart in college. Now he's a big time actor. She's a director. She wants to cast him in his passion project. She brings the script to his family home for the holidays because she knows he's going to be home. And they end up snowed in there. And I love a good snowed in trope. And Adriana Herrera really did a fantastic job with the trope. So would recommend, do pick up this one if you haven't yet. I know I'm not the only one who loved this as I went to Goodreads to see if others of my friends have loved it. Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany has loved it. And usually, like, me and Bethany, when it comes to certain romance series, we're very much the same. So with this one, we're both very much, we love it. She gave it a 5. I'm giving it a 4 because I really need something longer from Adriana Herrera. So if you know a longer length story from her that's really good, let me know down below and I'll pick it up because I really want to explore more of her writing. But yeah, from there, I believe, sorry, cattail. The next one I've got, sorry, I don't have you propped up properly, so you're a little crooked, sorry. The next holiday one I have is Duke Actually by Jenny Holiday, and that's the last of my Christmas ones, actually. So that's cool. I also need to read my pages for Weather Girl for yesterday and today. I didn't get around to reading them yesterday. Okay, now that I've properly pulled back my hair. It's been a few hours since we last chatted, and I actually did get Duke Actually by Jenny Holiday finished. Now, this was a really cute, really sweet Christmas royalty romance. Now, this was a lot of fun. They're both kind of running from relationships and responsibility. We have Max, who's our Duke, obviously. He's feeling trapped. He is in the US, I believe it's New York. Yeah, New York, to meet a potential wife, but he really doesn't want to. So he blows it off, and he ends up ending up on Danny's doorstep. He met Danny at the wedding from the previous book because she did a holiday royalty romance last year with a princess, and so they met at that wedding. Danny was in a relationship at the time, but now she's single, and she is very much not looking to be in a relationship. She has this amazing list of things that I will never do for a man, and mad respect to Jenny Holiday for Danny's character, because, man, Danny was a spitfire. I really enjoyed her character a lot. So she and Max initially hit it off. Neither of them are looking for a relationship. They just have this effortless friendship, and obviously it does develop into more. Max feels like she's the one, but Danny struggles with whether she could cut it in royalty, and I think that's a real concern. And so I like that it's addressed in this book. It has that cozy, perfect royalty holiday romance feel to it. I'm a big fan of Jenny Holiday and have been for years, so I may be slightly biased in this, but I'm giving it like a 4.5 stars. I did enjoy it better than A Princess for Christmas or The Princess for Christmas. I can't remember what it was last year, but I like it slightly better than that one. But I think I liked the characters overall better in this one, even though that one has the single parent trope that I really like. Okay, so I am now 60% into Weather Girl, and it is one of the best romances I've read all year. I am madly in love with it. Russell is a chubby guy hero. He calls himself fat on page. He's got a belly, it's talked about, and I love him. He's amazing. I don't care that he's chubby. Everything about him is perfect. There's nothing wrong with his size. Russell may be my new book boyfriend. I don't know. Right now, he is very high in the running. The first, like, on-page intimacy / sex scene that they have together is amazing. It is full of consent. It is full of pleasure. It is full of everybody enjoying themselves and no one being uncomfortable with the situation. So, like, he would start to flinch as he was taking off his shirt, and she would immediately be like, okay, stop. Why? Why are you flinching? And, he, goes to society's ideas of fat people, and she's like, no, I don't care. I want all of you. And they move forward, and there's a thing where it takes her a while to feel comfortable with someone, so orgasms are usually hard the first time, and so they do a workaround so that they both enjoy themselves and they both get to orgasm, and it was brilliant. Rachel Lynn Solomon has really outdone herself with this one. I like it more than I liked the X Talk, for sure, but the whole dynamic of it is a trope I really like. They're trying to set their bosses up to get back together, and through events they've ended up in a relationship together, and I love it. I don't know what the final conflict's going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be something related to the fact that he's also a single dad, which that came out of left field, and I'm like, hello, yes, sir. That makes me love you all the more. And the whole story behind it makes me love him even more. You get the whole story of his daughter and his ex and all those kinds of things and how their family functions. You get that at like the 30 or 40% mark in this book. You get it pretty early in, and I have mad respect for Russell and for the situation that he was put in, and his ex and the way they've been able to work through things. They have a really amicable relationship, which is great. She's married to somebody else now. It's just amazing. I love it so much. Like, this is going to be one of the best romances releasing in 2022. I am so grateful I have this arc, and I'm also so grateful that I have Melissa to read it with, because when it comes to romances, we like a lot of the same things. And so, like, I text her little things about certain moments. Like, there's a moment where they're making out in his office that he shares with somebody else, by the way. Shoving of papers, the whole thing. Like, it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And he's definitely more of a beta hero, not an alpha hero, which I like. I've been reading a lot more alpha heroes lately, so having a beta hero is a nice change. And just the way... Well, I think there's another potential conflict. She does have very severe clinical depression, and she seems to have some anxiety in talking about it. She does take medication. You see her in therapy sessions in this book. It's done so well. I just have this fear that she's going to end up pushing him away because of that, or he might have a bad reaction to one situation and she takes it too far because of her depression. I don't know. I think it's going to be something related to that, which I'm not loving the idea of. Right now, if it keeps going in the beautiful direction it's going, it's on track to be a 5-star book for me. But I don't know yet. I clearly need to read more of it. But at the 60% mark, it's looking like a 5-star book. So even if it doesn't have the best ending, unless it does something ultra offensive to like mental health, the worst it would get is a 4 at this point. But I'm really thinking it's going to be a 5. It feels so good right now. And seriously, Russell is such a dream hero. I love him. Love him so much. Hello, happy Thursday. So, update. I am feeling much better. No fever today. As the night went on last night, I continued to feel better and better, so that's good. As you saw kind of in the clips from last night, is that I did play some Animal Crossing, but I did also read volume 3 of Boys Run the Riot. This was a fantastic volume. In the end of volume 2, we have one of our characters outed for their sexuality before they're ready. And in this one, we kind of see what that means, not only for the person who outed them, but them when they return to school and them empowering themselves and taking back their own identity. And it was fantastically done. Highly, highly recommend. And I absolutely adore it. I cannot wait to see what happens with the next volume, because it is the final volume of this series. And I am really interested to see how that's going to go over. And this one was heartbreaking at multiple points of this volume, but I ended up really enjoying it. This is another very powerful manga series. We're getting a lot of powerful queer manga right now, and I'm really loving what we're getting. It's really fantastic. And Kaladin wants to just let everybody know that he's here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I will give you some love. Oh, got him to be quiet for a minute at least. But, yes. So, I am going to read the next 20% of Weather Girl. I may finish it just because I'm loving it so much. Oh, Lightsong, will you go entertain your brother, please? Thank you. They're crazy. I love them, though. But yes, so I may finish Weather Girl just because I'm loving it so freaking much. I do work today at 2:30. I've got the night shift tonight and tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we're doing an event, so that'll be interesting. I've not been part of an event yet, but I am working the Sanderson event, so it'll kind of give me a glimpse into things. Okay, so I finished Weather Girl by Rachel and Solomon. I love it. One of my favorite romances of the year. 5 stars. This comes out early January, so you guys won't see it till 2022 unless you get an arc of it, but definitely put it on your pre-order list. We have a chubby hero. He's also a beta hero. Total cinnamon roll. Love him to pieces. And we have a female protagonist with very severe depression. She talks openly about it. She's on meds. She's in therapy. It runs in her family. And the whole discussion behind all of the mental health just added to the level of my enjoyment of this book. Because when you enter a relationship knowing you have mental health things going on, it's always an interesting discussion when you broach that. And so I love the way Rachel and Solomon handled it. All of the moments with the mental health rep was fantastic. Our chubby hero, we get great discussions around him as well. And I am madly in love with this book. I cried more than once as I finished it. I liked the X Talk, but I love Weather Girl. So if you, like me, didn't necessarily love the X Talk like everybody else, definitely still try Weather Girl because, man, it hit a lot nicer for me. I felt like our hero and heroine were much more likable than the first couple. Not that there was anything wrong with the first couple. I just didn't jive with them as much as I jive with these two. So just put it on your pre-order list, y'all, because it's a book I'm not going to shut up about. Hey, friends. Happy Friday. Yes, I am in my car, and I did pick up some volumes of manga last night while I was at work, so I thought I would show you what those are. So first up, I have My Wife Has No Emotion Volume 2. I really loved Volume 1, so I'm very much looking forward to this. I believe they go to the beach in this one, as well as some other things. I'm really excited to see how this one develops. And then somehow I had missed that this one was coming out, but it is another volume of Classmates. This is called Sora and Hara. So I believe it's like a side story following other characters. So I don't know if it's like the teacher that we'd been following or if it's just another couple. I don't know. But either way, I am so excited because I love the art and I cannot wait to dive into this one. And then the piece de resistance that I got was Volume 10 of Sweat and Soap. This is my favorite cover in the entire series. They're laying in bed, happy with each other. This is why you read the series. I am so excited to read this. I can't. There's gonna be a marriage proposal here. I can't wait. Can't wait. So I'm probably actually gonna sit and read this, now, because I can't believe I didn't read it last night. So I think I'm just gonna take some time and do that, and then we'll come back, and then we'll chat more. Okay, so I just read Volume 10 of Sweat and Soap, and it's absolutely perfect. The proposal was perfect. Everything that happened in this volume made my heart so happy. I'm so sad that we're only going to have one more just because I'm sad to say goodbye to Asako and Natori. But I love them. I love them so much. I just can't. I'm still teary and weepy and they're in the wedding planning stages now, and so the next one is their wedding, and then that's all we're gonna get. And I'm a little sad, but I love this series with so much of my soul that it'll be a series that I recommend for the rest of forever. One of the best romance series out there. This is the healthiest couple I have ever seen in manga. Yes, he has a weird little smelling thing, but there are worse things. I mean, everybody has their kinks and their fetishes, and that's just happens to be his. And I love it. I love it so much. So much. I have no words. Too much. Okay, so it's time to wrap this vlog. This is actually Monday morning. I didn't film much Saturday night or Sunday at all. I just needed a break from vlogging for a little bit. I'm sure with daily vlogs and weekly vlogs like this, anyone who creates them understands the need for a break sometimes. So really quick, I'm just going to tell you what I read this weekend, and it's just 2 Ice Planet Barbarian books. So I did finish Barbarian's Taming, which was lovely. That was Maddie and Hassan's book, and I quite loved their story because you see how repentant Hassan is from the previous novel, and you get to see his kind of redemption arc, and Maddie gets somebody who is good for her. So it was really well done, really well architected, really enjoyed it. The one after that is Barbarian's Heart, and this is book 10 in the series. So we're following a couple that we've already been with before. We already know their meet cute story. But due to the events of the previous book, the hero has lost his memory. I'm not going to say who this book is about because spoilers for book 9. So I'm not going to be saying who this book is about. If you've read the series, you know who it's about. And essentially, because he's lost his memories, they are on a journey to find their way back to one another while, again, dealing with all the things that happened in the end of book 9, which is a huge shift for the series. So I'm very much looking forward to how things move forward from here. And I have started book 11 as well, only just barely. So we'll talk about that in next week's vlog. But thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. If you're here just because you love me, do some sort of blue emoji because, you know, blue aliens. It's a thing. Otherwise, if you're new, I would love it if you would subscribe and click the little bell so you know when I post new videos. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.